Hi, my name is Mr. Hurst. I'll be your child's teacher for this year. I just want to give you a brief introduction about who I am and what I teach, and just kind of what we're going to be doing this year in the different course that you have me for. So first, who is this Mr. Hurst guy? My name is Ian Hurst. I have a family of 6 here. Our favorite place to go is Disneyland. I'm a bit of a Disney nerd there. We also like getting out there and exploring. Here's us at OMSI and just staying curious with the world out there. I teach engineering. I think that engineering is a very open field that anyone can look like an engineer. And so I've made a mirror that goes on the outside of my classroom, so as students walk through the hall, they can look in this mirror and they can see the caption is, "This is what an engineer looks like," and they can see themselves as an engineer. And so I teach lots of different engineering type courses, and I want them to also see themselves as an engineer. A little bit of background about myself. I went to Warner Pacific, like I mentioned earlier. I got my master's at Concordia University in career and technical education. And I did this as an adult, and so kind of my college story is I went to college right away after high school, and then I kind of took some time off, went and had a family, started working, and then realized I wanted to get to that next kind of platform in jobs, so that's when I went back to school in my late 20s, finished up, and then kind of led me to this point where I'm at right now. So again, here's my work experience. I was working at Portland Public Schools for like 8 years doing tech support. And then I came to Vancouver Public Schools doing tech support here at iTech. So I did kind of Mr. Shuckle's job for 2 years. And then that's when I finished up all my my undergrad. And there was this path to become a teacher. And throughout all this, I really fell in love with education and just the teaching process. I worked at different after-school programs, and I helped kind of build some programs even here at iTech that were kind of educational based. And so that's where I found this path to become a teacher, and this is what I love to do, is teach. Also, I did work a second job at UPS for like a decade, 9 years, and that actually has come to an end. For those who have known me for some years, I'm excited that this year I'm just teaching, and so that's exciting for me. Less work. All right, so these are all the things I teach. Visual media production is a new course I'm teaching this year. Everyday engineering is like an advanced engineering course for upperclassmen. Computer science is kind of that engineering realm, but it's more focused on how to program and code. Pre-engineering and design is a course for every sophomore here at iTech, and I teach 3 different sections of that. And then I teach a electronic applications, digital electronics course that kind of gets people introduced to that. So we're going to jump into each of those individually, but that was my general overview of who I am. So now we'll get into the details. All right, so for everyday engineering, this is a course that's only for upperclassmen, and it's really designed to allow students to really specialize in one project per semester. So like 2 projects a year. They really deep dive into a project and do all the research needed and all the prototyping and thinking and brainstorming and figuring out, and then transitioning that to like building and constructing and supporting them with figuring out how to get materials together for projects. So this course is a lot of fun to teach. It's a lot to manage, but it allows students that have been at iTech for quite some time the opportunity to really spend a lot of time on a project that they really care about. And it carves out time and space for that and tries to give them as much support as possible with all the different differentiated ideas that they come up with. So it's really student driven. And then I kind of guide them through as best as I can. And like, this is just my little introduction of like, you have an idea, you have a concept, and you just want to make that thing come to life. And so that was my own little project I've done at home to build a gable to the front of my house. So I want it to really be student driven. And so supporting your students through this project whatever project they come up with will be important because they're passionate about it, and I'm also trying to support them through it as well. And so we usually kind of partner with parents quite a bit through this project, through this class, to make sure that the project the student is into is supported on all fronts. So feel free to contact me as much as you need and as much as you'd like to. Students usually have lots of different concepts of how to track their progress, and they come up with a lot of fun stuff. So I'm excited for this year's Everyday Engineering.